it's Lisa. It's Rambling Hour with Lisa, season 12, episode 4. I hope everyone is doing well and that you guys have had a good week. It's another Sunday and here we are together again. So, if you hear noise in the background, sorry, hang on. Some shuffling and some, yeah, anyways, what I'm trying to say is Sasha, the puppy, is playing with toys and she wants Lena to play as well, but Lena doesn't want to play, so, how is everyone? What have you done this last week? What's new with you? What are your plans for this upcoming week? Have the kids started school? Are you happy that the kids are in school and you maybe get a break, but if you've been working the whole time, then maybe it's not a break because now you're back into the routines of having to make lunches or drive them to school or whatever, to be home early from work, whatever your routine entails while the kids are in school. So there's pros and cons to holidays and to going back to school. I think I told you guys last week, Aurora started college again. Melody says, hello, Lisa. Hello, sister friend. And yeah, so Aurora's back in her second year of bakery and patisserie in college. So it's a 2-year program. She goes 3 days out of 5 in the week. And Erica's on her last year, which is year 11. So she's done last year of high school. Samantha says, hello. Hello, Samantha. What else? So, yes. I have worked more on the plunge pool and I did like the heavy rocks along the side, like these big long rocks you'll see in photos, but I did that along the plunge pool, and so to hide the liner, so it's looking really good over there. There used to be an old fence along the old pond, but only half of it was still up when I got here, but I pulled that fence out, so now it's open to the pond because I'm having like the entrance to the pond where the steps are, so it looks really good. Ash says, hey Lisa, how was your weekend? How has your weekend been? So this is for everyone, not just Ash, but my weekend has been awesome. Well, maybe not today, but the whole last few days. Well, actually today was fine, but it was raining. That's my only thing, is that we've had a bit of a heat wave here for the last, like, I don't know, 4 or some days, and maybe even a few more than that. And I have told everyone that it's my holidays. I've been waiting all summer for summer. We had a week of summer, like, in the spring, and then nothing. We've had, like, a cool and rainy summer while everywhere else in the world has had heat waves. So we finally had some heat for less than a week, but I told everyone this is my holidays, on my holidays, I'm not doing anything for anybody else. I'm trying to just enjoy myself, be outside and enjoy this weather because I know it's going to be gone too soon and I might have to wait till next year to get it, if we even get it next year. The summers that I've lived here have been really good. To be honest, this is probably the worst summer I've been here, but I've been here nearly, next month it'll just be, well, like in less than a month, it'll be 9 years since we've been here. So the last few days have been wonderful with the great weather. I've been swimming every day in the plunge pool and I'm happy with how it's turned out. I'm happy with the way that it looks in the corner there with everything around it. As my sister Melody said, it looks, Melody, what was the word again? Not majestic. Oh, Melody, what's the word that you use to describe it? I know it, it's just not coming to my brain. And it's just gorgeous and I'm so happy about it. Oh, and like an oasis in that corner, and it really is. It's so cool too because when you're in it, it's one of the only places in the garden, because it's right up sort of closer to the fence there, but it's one of the only places in the garden that nobody can see into. So like skinny dipping anyone? Except that Tom's window, I mean the back of the house, like the kids' windows look down. So if I'm skinny dipping, I gotta make sure that it's at a time when Tom's not home. Although if I was to go skinny dipping, it would probably be at night anyways. So I think we just got used to skinny dipping at night because where we camped growing up, oh, I put those pillows to look nice, but then they're in my way. where we camped growing up, we were with so much family that you weren't going to go skinny dipping with your cousins, and we're not that kind of family with your aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody. So we would just go, if, like, say me and my sister would go skinny dipping, we'd go at night. Or I remember once I went skinny dipping by myself, but also remember, don't swim alone, people. Swimming alone is very dangerous. You should always have somebody close there in case something happens to you. But I did go skinny dipping alone once, and when I was trying to come back out of the water to get to my towel, my uncle thought it would be funny because you went up the beach and then there'd be a campfire and everybody would sit around the campfire in the evening or when it got dark and everything. And then, so he thought it would be funny to take his truck and point the headlights down on the beach towards the water so I couldn't get out or I'd be giving everybody a show. So eventually he let me get out of the water. So yeah. I've been really happy the last few days. I've really enjoyed the garden. I'm so happy about it. It wasn't like the whole summer that I wanted, but because I get to garden longer here, I feel really great about the last few days that I've had, and I feel ready to move on into September and even October and accept that before you know it, autumn will be here. For my Canadian prairie people, it probably already feels like autumn. So, as I told you guys last week, I haven't yet, but I'll have to bring out the autumn decorations. If I don't decorate soon for autumn, there won't be any time to decorate for autumn because before you know it, it'll be time to decorate for Christmas. Am I going to decorate for Halloween? I don't know. Okay, so you guys know that I've done haunted houses in the past, and I want to do haunted houses again, but I think I want to use what I have for haunted houses and go into another organization or something that it wants to put on haunted houses, and then I can help use my props and stuff. Like, I want to be in charge of it because I like psychological haunted houses more than like silly haunted houses, but it'll still be for any age, so you just the scare factor is just different. But my problem now is that I hear about some haunted houses and stuff, and I hear about liability stuff. So I'm a bit leery if I have a haunted house about liability and if anything happens to anybody or if they get too scared or whatever. So or injured on the. Anyways, so I'm not sure. But I have all those Halloween decorations. I'd love to maybe have a Halloween party, but I don't know if I'll do that either. However, maybe I'll just decorate the house for Halloween, just like I decorate for all the other seasons and stuff. Or what I've done with other things, because like you have the Christmas and winter. So do you decorate for winter or do you decorate for Christmas? And if you decorate for Christmas, which is a lot of decorations, when I take the Christmas decorations down and only leave the winter decorations up, my family's like, hey, you still have Christmas decorations up? And I'm like, no, those are just winter decorations. Look, it's just snowflakes and snowballs and winter scenes. But they still think they associate them with Christmas. So what I was going to say is, so I've done before where I've decorated certain rooms with Christmas and certain rooms with winter. So I could do that with the autumn and the Halloween, but I don't know. So that's where my brain is. The other thing is that I'm just annoyed. Like, I really want the electricians to get their button gear and book us in because I want proper lights up in the loft. I need proper electricity outside for like my pumps for the pond and the stream and eventually the waterfall, which I'll work on, and my greenhouse. I'd like power properly installed to my greenhouse before I need to use it. So yeah, so anyways, that was me thinking about the autumn decorations and them being in the loft and the fact that the loft isn't totally clean, but when it's heat like this, it's even hotter in the loft, so I don't want to be up there organizing and cleaning things when it's too hot, but I also need it to be organized and clean for the electricians and also to bring down the autumn decorations. So, like I said, like Sasha just stopped moving now for a moment, but she's playing with toys and running around, so that's the noise in the background, but at least she's a happy puppy. Yeah, so now that, so it was raining today, so I did do some stuff outside, just tidied up and made it look nice around the plunge pool, but because it was raining, I came in the house, and even though I've told everyone I'm on holiday till Tuesday, because it was quite warm today, but it was raining, I started on the housework. So I vacuumed and mopped the living room, dining room, entranceway, downstairs bathroom, and I haven't done the kitchen yet. But yeah, the house is pretty tidy, and I guess it's like time to do the other things that need to be done in the house. I need to do paperwork. I told you guys that I need to work on the visa stuff, and the bathrooms both need to be cleaned properly. I did the floor in the downstairs one, but I haven't done the rest of it. It's just because now that I'm done with the plunge pool, hopefully I won't be tracking sand and dirt and mud into the house. Saying that, our lawn is only half grass and half mud, because it rained today, and because like I'm fighting with dog spots to grow grass. So yeah, that's why I'm off the floors. But yeah, I have to do everything else that I was avoiding in the last 3 or 4 days, or 5 days, or 6 days, or whatever. I had thought about like doing my live again from over by the plunge pool, but obviously I'm a little bit obsessed with it. But also, like, as you guys know, it gets dark here at 8 o'clock, and because it's been raining all day, it's not raining now, of course, but I didn't plan to be outside because I thought it was supposed to rain all day. Kids in school, Steve at work, so those are things that I'll be doing. I made easy teas, like, oh sorry, we call it dinner time. So when you hear tea time in England, obviously there is like an afternoon tea where it means like, you know, like a tea and biscuits, so tea and cookies, like where you actually drink tea. But also when you think about everyone in England drinking tea, I mean lots of them do drink tea, like Americans and Canadians drink coffee. But the other confusing thing is that tea here is another name for like supper or dinner. And so when food's ready in the evening, I'll shout tea time. But Ash says, Allison says, hi mom, hope you're well. Thanks, Allison, I am well. And Allison went swimming with me on Thursday in the plunge pool. Tom's gone in it, and Aurora has jumped in it once too. So yes, so for dinners, because I was having my own time and everything, I tried to make easy, quick dinners. Today I made a spaghetti and sausages, and just with the pasta sauce from a jar on the spaghetti. I made wholemeal for me and Steve, and white pasta for the kids. 2 reasons. 1, wholemeal pasta is obviously more healthy, but Steve can't eat white flour, like white pasta or white bread. It bothers him. So that's what we had for supper today. Cumberland sausage, and I can't remember what the other ones were. 2 different. Sasha, come here, please. When people talk over the fence in the like apartments, the parking lot, she barks. Like I try to tell her that people are allowed to talk, but Sasha, come here. Good girl. Quiet. So, speaking of dinners, the thing is that, so I have noticed, while I've been doing these videos and stuff like that for my gardening, I would say channel, but it's not channel, my Facebook gardening page and my Instagram gardening page and stuff, I'm doing these videos like with the plunge pool and everything. I've noticed that I don't like the way I look. Now, there's nothing wrong with being chubby or even large or anything. What it has to do with is, are you happy with how you look? Do you feel good about yourself? And I don't. So I really want to get back to my workouts and eating healthy. And so I've given myself this time, the last few days, to eat whatever. Because like I said, I was making quick and easy meals. So one day we had these really yummy chicken balls that you can buy frozen from Aldi, and then chips. But we had like triple dip chips, and they're like these really thick, blocky chips. They're really good. My mom says, hi, Allison. Allison, Grandma says hi. And anyways, starting Tuesday, because that's when my holidays are supposed to be over, so hopefully we have nice weather tomorrow and I can still have a day of holidays. Starting Tuesday, me and Steve are going to get back on the plan of eating healthy and doing some form of exercise. So this isn't to body shame anybody else. This isn't to tell you that you need to be doing anything. It's just that we like us better when we're active and healthy. The funny thing is, though, I haven't been working out, so I'm not as in shape as I was when I was working out. But at the same time, because I was having to lift heavy, like, tubs of soil and dirt and sand out of where I was digging and everything. The other day I went like this in the mirror and I thought, holy smokes, and then I touched it and I was like, my goodness, those are some nice pipes right now. But now that I'm done the pond, I don't want these to go away, so I need to start doing my workouts right away. And like, whereas if I had stopped doing my workouts and then started again, I would have to go probably to like 2-pound weights or whatever, like start from the bottom again. But I'm hoping with these guns that I can start with a higher weight when I start my workouts again. Okay, so my mom said hi to Allison, and on Ash's account, it says, hi Grandma, from Allison with a happy face. And then Karen Miller says, hi Lisa. Hi Karen, hope you're well. Hope everything is going well with you this summer. Me and Karen met through, I think I've told you guys this before, but we met through, she was selling some big, heavy, not urns, but big heavy pots for the garden. And that's how we met and we became friends. So we have gardening in common. And on Friday, me and Steve went to a play. It was just a local theater play in Northwich, which we really enjoyed. And they put on a different one every month, basically. So we're going to continue to go to those. The only problem was because we've had this a little bit of a heat wave. It's just, like I said, it's just a small, like, you know, community theater. And so I don't even know how many it seats. I'd say maybe, no, I can't even, not, maybe 100 people, about, I don't know. But anyways, because it was quite small, it was really hot in there. So it was very, like, hard to focus. And I felt bad for the cast. It was only 4 people in this play, and it was really good, though. Even with only 4 people, they barely had any props. But in the first scene, or scenes, they had to pretend it was really cold and that the boiler wasn't working, and they were wearing like winter coats and everything. And I'm like, oh my god, any other time this play would be fine, but in this little heat wave, the poor people. Karen says, I'm fine, Lisa. That's good to hear. That's good. I hope you enjoyed the time in the garden as well in the last week that we've had nice weather. I know my mother-in-law and father-in-law are on holiday right now, and I'm sure it's nice where they are as well. I think it's somewhere by Greece, or yeah, I think it's just off of Greece or something. But they left right when the weather is really nice here. So, what else? It's gonna be a busy September. When I told you guys about birthdays last week, I realized after that I missed my friend Samantha. Her birthday is on Tuesday, and so lucky for her, I'll be off my holidays then, so I might be able to see her if she so wants to. And my nephew, my sister Melody, her son Brock, his birthday is September, I believe it's the 19th. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 19th. So there is, yeah, I had missed some birthdays this month. But yeah, there's things that are going on this month. We'll be a little bit busy, but not too bad. And like I said, I just have paperwork and stuff to do. I need to focus on the visa. So Melody said yes. She's confirming Brock's birthday, and he's the same age as Erica, our youngest. So he's going to be 15. He was only a few months. Like, Erica just turned 15 in July, and my niece Shay, who they're a week apart, and then Brock was born a couple months later, which is September. So, it's so weird to like stop for a moment, because even though I called it my holidays, I still worked my butt off, and I just feel like so, like, and that's why, like, even cleaning the house today is so stupid that, like, I finally get a break from doing everything else, and I'm like, oh, I can clean now. But I'm so proud of the way the pond turned out. I love it, and it's another project done. So there is still, like, work to do with the bogs and the dock and everything else, but the pool itself, besides, like, I need some planters for the plants. So there's a few tweaks, but for the most part, the project is done. And that makes me really happy to complete another project. It makes the garden look even better. And then I can move on. So sometimes projects can be really great, but they take your time. And I'm the kind of person who, once I start something, I want to finish it. So I don't want to do anything else until I get that thing done. So that's why I feel like now I can, like, move around and do things like go out in the front garden and check out those plants and stuff like that too. But I'm really happy with that. But also, I don't remember if I told you guys this last week, but it's even more apparent this week. Like, I could wear my headphones. I'm scared that when I wear my earbuds, the little ones that stick in your ear, that I'm going to drop them in the water. And then my big muff headphones, they, like, my ears sweat in them if it's too hot. So, and then also, like, I shouldn't have to have my headphones all the time, right? Because I'm supposed to connect with nature, connect with life without headphones on. So when I've been going in the water, I've been taking my headphones off. And yes, I can swim back and forth and do stuff, but because I've been in the water by myself, which I love, I even love just being in the water, but I've had to take those moments to just be, which is what the universe has been telling me for quite a while, and I haven't been doing it. I haven't been letting myself sit down. We said this last week when my mom said she was having a cup of tea, and I said I would love cups of tea. I should drink more tea, but I associate cups of tea with, like, sitting down and just being for a minute. You know, 6 a.m. when you get up before everyone else is up, or afternoon when you just take a moment and sit and breathe. And I don't allow myself to do those things. So when I've been in the water this last week, I have had to just, if I wanted to be in the water and enjoy the water, I had to just be. No headphones, you know, no one else was around, and just enjoy it. And I'm happy about that as well. I am going to try and train my body. Now, maybe some of you guys have found this too. I know I was talking to my mom and my sister Melody yesterday. Oh, by the way, happy belated birthday, Melody. I've already said happy birthday to her, but her birthday was on the 8th. So, and my other little sister, our adopted sister Amber, it was her birthday as well. So happy birthday, Mel. So I was talking to my mom and Mel yesterday, and they were saying the same thing, how, like, as we get older, our bodies don't handle the cold water as well as it did when we were younger. So there's that, but also the weather here in England is usually not cold, but, you know, chilly. So for me to be able to go in the water outside, I'm gonna, if people can do polar plunges and swim in the seaside here when it's freezing temperatures, then I can condition my body, even as not an old lady, but you know what I mean. I'm a grandma now, so just kidding. Well, no, I am, but anyways, I'm gonna try and condition my body, and that's what I told myself too. That's why I went in the water every day, is because even if it felt cold, I said, if I can't enjoy this plunge pool now when the weather is in the 20s, then when am I going to enjoy it? So I've been going in every day, and I want to try and keep doing that and training my body to, as the temperatures go down, my body will hopefully still be used to the water and get used to it, so I can still use the plunge pool for, we'll see how long. I don't know if I'll do it in the winter, but we'll see what the weather's like. I have no desire to do plunge pool, polar dips and stuff like that, like jumping into a frozen lake. I have no interest in it, but at the same time, I love swimming, so if I can condition my body to enjoy a little bit of a swim, even if it's just going in for a few minutes before bed, where it just feels refreshing, well, waking up in the morning, or refreshing before bed. And yes, so Melody said, do you call yourself Mima now? Okay, so I've been trying, okay, this is the thing. I am a grandma, I'm a step grandma. So Steve and a lady named Lynn had a daughter years ago, like just over 30 years ago, named Amy. So that's Steve's oldest daughter. And well, his only biological daughter, and so the baby, their baby Jackson, her and her husband James's baby Jackson, who's like just over 5 months old. He has James's mom. He has Lynn. He has Steve's ex-wife Jan, who raised Amy as well, because him and Jan were together for 15 years, and then me. And so, like, there's so many grandmas, and I know that I am a grandma, but I'm also a step-grandma, so I don't want to, like, act like I'm just on the same level as the biological grandmas. I'm not saying I don't matter, I'm just saying. So I was trying to think of what to call myself, and I thought maybe Nana, but because I use Nan and Nana here, but one of them is called Nana. So I was trying to think what else to call myself. When I was younger, I always thought that I would use Nanny and Pappy. I liked that, Nanny and Pappy. Don't ask me why, but Steve doesn't like Pappy, so we're not going to be Nanny and Pappy. And also Nanny here, also here or anywhere. A nanny is, can babysit kids. I mean, like childcare, right? So nanny doesn't really work. So I was going to go with Meemaw, because when I watched Young Sheldon, the TV show Young Sheldon, and he has a Meemaw for grandma, I loved it. But now I'm wondering, because when I looked it up, it showed that it's what in the South, in the USA, in the South, they call a grandma as a Meemaw. So Baba is Ukrainian, but I don't have any Ukrainian ancestral heritage. So is calling me Baba, is that cultural appropriation? That's just the dog. And if I call myself Meemaw, is that cultural appropriation, because I'm not from the American South? However, if it's not, like, I think Meemaw is a good name for me. So yes, I am Meemaw, and even Amy, because I can't remember why we said I'm crazy, but we all know I'm crazy. So then we were saying that to Jackson when we were over there, saying, crazy Meemaw, crazy Meemaw. So yes, I am crazy Meemaw. Crazy Lisa Meemaw, Meemaw Lisa. So yes, that answers your question. And Steve is just granddad, as are the other granddads. I'm gonna have a drink. So we'll see. Like, I guess I like it. I like when they call her Meemaw on Young Sheldon. I think it sounds cool. So I remember when I first became an auntie, it was actually my sister Melody, her son Breton, who is 22. Auntie Lisa didn't sound right to me. So you'll find that with other names too, when there's an auntie and uncle, it just isn't. But then you get used to it, and it seems like it was always a thing. So yeah, if you call me Meemaw Lisa or Meemaw Furlong. Yeah, spaghetti and sausages, that's what I had for dinner, but I added some powdered cheese and some chili flakes to mine. Melody says, I like Young Sheldon, so funny, yes. And so for those of you who don't know, Young Sheldon it's supposed to be the prequel for Sheldon, the character from Big Bang Theory, so it's when he was younger, and it's quite a funny show, if you haven't already seen it. So, whenever I check the time there, because I have the camera on that side now, my big fat finger gets in the way. We're at a half an hour. I'm glad to have some interaction with you guys, especially now that summer is getting to be over, and people won't be camping every weekend. I might have more live viewers, as opposed to people watching later. What? I don't know. Sometimes I listen back to these and I think, like, even though my brain just, like, farts sometimes like that, where I feel like I don't have a train of thought, I listen back to them and they seem to... First of all, let me tell you that I've told you guys this before, on Facebook, when you're watching any video, you can click on the little... You can't do it right now while you're watching me live, but after, when this is posted, you can click on the little cog and it'll ask you for a playback speed, and you can put it to different speeds, either slow it down or put it faster, so I can listen to things on double speed. That's how I listen to my podcasts as well. I can take it in my headphones and it doesn't bother me. But I listened back to this on double speed, and I actually like my voice on double speed. So then I think, well, maybe my voice isn't that bad on single speed, it's just the way I hear it. But I like it on double speed anyways. But when I listened back to it, I realized that even though I do say sometimes, or I can't think of what to say, I do pretty good to keep rambling the whole time. The funny thing is that I could ramble for hours and hours. Anybody who knows me knows this. Sometimes it's very hard to get me to shut up. I do pay attention to myself outside now, and I do talk to myself outside even when I say things like, so yeah, neighbors probably realize I talk to myself as well. Not as much as this. I don't just keep going on and on and on to myself, but yes, sometimes I'll say thoughts out loud outside. What my point is that it's weird for me to have a break in the house. So you know how I did my live last week by the plunge pool? Well, Thomas, because it was warm, Thomas had his window open and he could hear me. Not only do I talk really loud, but he said, at one point I said, I can't think of something to say. And he, after he told his dad, like, Lisa, speechless? That's a first. Samantha says, I'm back. Sorry, been sorting the little two out. That's okay. That's understandable as a parent of young children. Sasha is trying to get a ball from underneath the cabinet. I don't know if she's taken one of the yoga mats out. So perhaps she'll be able to get it, perhaps not. As long as she doesn't chew on the yoga mats. We roll them up and tuck them underneath the cabinet. So the other thing I need to do when I get to cleaning the caravan is I had all the like toys and blow up things and all the things like for the pool, like we would use them in the pool in the front. But this pool, we're not going to have the pool in the front anymore because we have this one. So now I need to bring like all those things from the caravan and bring them around here and store them over closer to this pool. I am really excited about the pool for so many reasons, but even having people over and stuff. And right now the water looks murky, but it's not going to be that way. It's only because, well, the same thing, like I just moved all the rocks and there was dirt around and everything else. But now that I've cleaned up and the plants in there, I'm going to put them in different containers so the dirt doesn't get like everywhere every time you jump in and everything. So eventually the water will look clear and be nice as a pool. But I'm not going to use chlorine, like chemicals in it, because if I use chemicals then it'll kill the plants. But it'll be as clean as a natural swimming pool, especially when I have the bog filter. However, I'm really excited for kids and other people to be able to use it as well. So, Samantha says, Danielle loves the plunge pool video. We have to keep watching it. Oh yeah, Samantha said that me jumping into the plunge pool. Well, one day when the weather is nice enough, she can put on a life jacket and plunge in as well. There is the shallower bits where kids can just play in the water there and everything, but because the middle is deep, you'll want to either obviously be in the deep part to hold them so they don't go in there, or the life jacket or whatever. So, yes. And then I want to get a floaty, as I told you guys too, like what do they call them here? Like a lilo, and like a floating bed, air mattress we call them. So yeah, I need to do that. Bring that stuff around. Sasha, find a different toy. I can see the black yoga mat getting unrolled, and I have a feeling she might want to take some bites out of it. If she did. Samantha says she would love that. Yep, well, anytime she can even dip her toes in. I don't know what the weather's going to be like the rest of September, but anytime you want, Samantha, it's there and it's ready to go. So, children, adults, birthdays, what else? We need dogs. I don't want the dogs in the pond if and until, well, neither of them want to be in it right now, but even if I was to let them in it, it's going to be after I put in some big flat rocks to cover the liner where the steps are, because I don't want them to put a hole in the liner. I'm so excited about the greenhouse too. I can't wait to, like, everything, winter, spring, but as I said before, the thing about starting things in the spring, I'll start some things, but if we're going to Canada for 5 weeks next summer, it's not like the best idea to start a bunch of things in the greenhouse that I can't take care of for the summer or expect someone else to take care of. There was something else I was going to say. Well, I'll let it come back to me because it's not in my head right now. Steve's gone out with his mate, so I get Lena. No, I get time to myself after this is done. Oh, maybe I was going to tell you about something we watched. No. Samantha says, when do we go Canada? Summer? Fab. I'll pack. If you want to pack now, that's fine, but it's going to be a bit before we go. But yes, summertime. Summertime. Well, because Erica has to be out of school, right? So, did Tyla tell you about her new venture? No, I don't know. She hasn't. Tyla, Samantha's daughter, slept over last night because her and Erica, the 15-year-olds, are best friends. I know I say this like every time we talk about them, but just in case someone's new watching this. So tell me what Tyla's new I've seen it on Facebook and stuff, if it's being a princess for parties and stuff, and she can go as different princesses. That's really cool, and I think she'll do really well at that. And also, she said today, when I asked her about being the princess, and I said, which princess did you go as? And she said, just Princess Tyla. And I said, that's the best one of all. So she can be Princess Tyla, or she can be Ariel, or a few other ones. Is that the venture we're talking about? Let me know if that is the one. Do chickpeas give anybody else wind? Not only wind, but like stanky wind. I made a curry a couple days ago, and we've been eating it, and I love chickpeas, and even papadums are made from chickpeas. They're like a flat, crunchy, like crispy, sort of like what Americans would call potato chip, what we would call crisps here, but it's like big, round, like crispy, and it's made from chickpeas. Really good with curry. You just break it, and I put like a bite of curry on it and put it in my mouth, or put the curry in my mouth and then bite of that so it doesn't just break and fall. But it's like when you eat tortilla chips with salsa, similar thing. But I would absolutely go and look for papadums at your local like ethnic food place to try them if you haven't already. Samantha says, yes, it's a princess. She loved doing it yesterday. Yeah, and Samantha said it's like a chickpea cracker, the papadums. So, I'm really glad that she has that venture. I think she'll do really well as being a princess. For those of you who don't know, Tyla also does pageants and such, so she does have the look. And she has long, gorgeous red hair, and she just, it didn't surprise me one bit when I heard she was playing princesses for a party. So, the thing is, her and Steve share a birthday. So, but I know that you already have Tyler's birthday date planned, so we'll have to do Steve's birthday on a different date. He's turning 60, so maybe we'll hire her as a princess for Steve's 60th birthday. My birthday is next month as well, so anybody who wants to start planning my gifts, go on now, because this is the best time. Plant all the summer. Well, it might already be out of the garden centers and stuff, but just look for things that are clearance. Now, end of the season stuff, for the garden or whatever. Yeah, my birthday's in October. But does that mean Samantha can remember each other's birthdays? Hers is September 12th, 1-2, and mine is October 21st, 2-1. So, well, that's how I remember her birthday anyways. I'm really happy the house is tidy as well, and that I did the floors today, because they were pretty mucky from me coming in. The problem is that there's no toilet outside, and there's no easy access to the toilet. So, and I am a whiz kid, whizzing all the time. So as I was working outside and getting dirty and everything, I have to trek through the house until we do the addition on the side. Then, so I'm trekking through the living room, dining room, into the entranceway, into the bathroom, and just making a big mess. So Allison said, when are we planning on going? Allison, in the summertime, Erica has to be out of school, so mid-July, August. And Samantha says, birthday party for Lisa's 30th birthday. Hee hee. Gosh, if I am only turning 30, I look horrible for 30. If I was turning 50, I look great for 50. I'm not turning 40 either. I am going to be 45-er. 45. Which age doesn't bother me anyways. It's how you feel. It's what you do with your life. It's, yeah. So, which is cool, this month we have a 40th birthday and an 80th birthday to go to. And I just thought, oh, that's really crazy. One celebrating 40 years and the other person is celebrating double that. So, we're at 40 minutes, so we've got 20 minutes to ramble, so you guys can give me something to talk about. This poor plant here, actually, it's doing, I guess these are hard to take care of, but the problem with this one, okay, let me show you two things. You guys have seen this one when I first got it, so it doesn't look as happy as when I first got it, but guess what? It's alive. Not only that, look, a new leaf. So that means it must be happy-ish. But also the way it was facing, it has this leaf here, which is one that a dog chewed on. And I may have gotten the vacuum cleaner. And then this one today, I think either the same thing, the dog or the vacuum cleaner. So this poor plant. But I don't want to take them off because they're still green, so I'm letting them, if they go yellow, then I'll take them off. But I noticed this today. So that is a good sign. This is a, how do you say it, Calathea? So it's in like the prayer plant family. This one doesn't close at night though, but it's a Calathea. So I guess they can, I haven't found, like my grandma had a prayer plant. They say, some people say they're hard to take care of, so we'll see. I'm keeping it alive. Sorry. I don't know if I went silent there, but Thomas was trying to call me. He's at his friend's. Sorry guys, sorry if I cut out there. Thomas was trying to call me and I answered quickly because I didn't know how else to tell him I was doing my live. He was just checking if I wanted anything from McDonald's, which is very nice of him, especially on these days that I am still eating not so healthy. But me and Steve, after we went to the play on Friday, we had McDonald's. So, Samantha said, talk about how you look after yourself when you have some you time. And Melody said, no problem. But how I look after myself when I have me, it's always me time. I like a clean house. I do like cooking and baking. So I used to like actually. Okay, girls, quiet. I might do it more in the colder months too, but sometimes I would like even have a bath, but then I'm in the bath for like a really long time and then I end up watching stuff on Netflix. But sorry, I think Thomas has called the girls now, or Aurora, and she's talking on the phone. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like I said, I'm going to start my workouts again, so that's taking care of myself. I like to read, but I don't do it as much when I don't let myself sit down. I don't know what look after myself. I try to do something every day. A couple days ago, I did my roots, like dyed my roots, so that's taking care of myself. That makes me happy. My hair, since I've been swimming outside, my hair is like softer, and I didn't even put conditioner in it. When I did my hair today, I washed it with Head and Shoulders shampoo, and I didn't. Oh, it might be 2-in-1, but that doesn't always work on my hair. I still need conditioner, and I didn't need it today. So I think swimming outside, even though the water was from the tap originally, I think now that it's sat and everything, it's become maybe softer water. It seems to be doing my hair a lot of good. So I try to take care of myself in a little bit of ways every day, just to make sure and check in with myself. And like I've said for a long time, every day before I go to bed, I ask myself if I'm happy. So you can do this too. Before you go to sleep, ask yourself, am I happy? And if the answer is yes, more than no, then you're good. If the answer is no more than yes, then something needs to change, and you need to figure out why you're going to sleep without being happy. And I don't mean once in a while. I mean like when, like I said, when you're answering no more often than yes, something in your life needs to change. But I am super happy. I'm super like excited about the sponge pool. But I said like not only the garden, which is, you know, a lot of my work, but the house or anything. It just seems like things just get better and better aesthetically, and those things make me happy as well. But I also like to write in my journal and do my to-do list, and when I feel on top of things, that makes me feel good about me. So there's this thing, I can't remember what they call it, but like it's like doing a to-do list like at the end. And if you do a to-do list at the beginning of the day and then you check those things off, that's fine. But you can also either do it at the end of the day and write things that you did get accomplished that day and put check marks beside them, or you can do it at the beginning or the end of the day, but yeah, write things that you've actually done as well. So if you didn't write take the dog for a walk on your to-do list in the morning, but you did that, then write it on there and put a check mark, because seeing the things that you do accomplish in a day, it makes you feel better about yourself. And I like to do those things too. So some days I have lazier days where I don't get as much done, and some days I have really productive days. But I like when, even on those lazy days, I know that I've even changed one load of laundry or gave the dog fresh water. Obviously you give the dog water every day, but I mean like washed out the dog bowls, or just these little things that you add to your list, and it makes you feel good about the things that you've done. So writing in my journal is one of those things as well. Yeah. So there, I talked about some of my things that I do, but like I said, I try to take care of myself in different ways every day. Yeah, you just, like I said, if there's something going on that I feel like if I need to write in my journal, or if I need to, I don't know. Yeah. There is a moth flying around. Oh no, it's well, you can call them mosquito eaters. They call them daddy long legs here. Their proper name is crane flies, but there's one flying around, and when it goes in front of the light, I see a little bit of shadow on the wall. So, okay, I had problems with my car. It kept not starting, so I needed to get a boost. And then I, on Tuesdays, like when I do grocery shopping, I would have to get a boost from Steve, and then I would have to drive for at least a half an hour to keep the engine with some charge in it. And anyways, so finally, we finally called the mechanic, and he came out, and I got a new battery on my car. So I'm going to let Sasha come up on the couch right now, even though she's not supposed to, but just so you guys can say hi to her. Hi. I know. All she wants is love. She just wants love. She just wants to be with people and snuggle and just wants love. See, she just puts her head on you and just wants love. Is that right? You're not supposed to be up on the couch here, though. The hard part with Sasha is that she's not allowed to be up on the couch, and Steve doesn't want animals in our bed, so we don't ever get a really snuggle lying down or anything like that, right? No. Samantha says, I would move out. I'm scared of them. That was crane flies. It's because I have the door open for the dogs to go in and out. That's why things are coming in. And Samantha says, hi, Sasha. Hi, Sasha. She'll do that. She'll just put her nose on you. Oh, you're a good girl. If you're going to be good, you can sit here while I do my live. Okay. Or you can lie down on me. Yeah. Okay. You're a good girl. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. I'm sure that's what people want to see, is just you giving my hand a clean. Well, if you're going to lie like that, I need to move the camera so that people know that you're in the shot as well. Okay. Oh, well, I need to be in it as well. There. Are we happy? Are we happy, campers? Sasha. You good girl? So this is what my days consist of. Me and Sasha spending time together when Thomas is at work. And then sometimes in the evenings if he's out, either the girls or I will watch her. But you know what? She's Awesome. She's a good girl. Samantha says, can you give me tips on Tyla's hair getting super curly again? It's getting super curly, so you want tips on how to style it. I mean, I've told you before, but like conditioner is a curly hair person's best friend because you got to get the knots out after you have a shower and you put conditioner in it. So you put conditioner in it, and you can either leave the conditioner in, but if you rinse it, just rinse it a little bit so that some of the conditioner stays in. But and then the water running down to get the conditioner out will put the hair back together. Like when you get out of the shower, don't brush your hair. Use a towel and scrunch the water out. And then also when you put in product like mousse or gel or whatever you have, you scrunch it. So scrunch it up. And then if you have time, you could lie flat and just let your hair dry. Like if you were lying on the couch or bed or something with a towel under it and you let it lie like that while you read a book or something like that. As there's no weight on it, the curls will bounce up more. But as soon as like it's being pulled down, the curls aren't going to be as bouncy because of gravity. But the other thing I do is so if I want my hair to be curly, I'll put it up. After I put the product in, I do this half thing, and then that, like, sometimes I leave it up like this. But oopsie, sorry about that. If I want my hair to be down, then I let this stuff dry first and be curly, because the weight of this on top of this might make this flat. So I let half of it go dry and curl, and then I take this down. So this is still really wet. And then, yeah, again, don't brush it, just scrunch, and then I let this dry on top. And as you guys have seen before in some of my lives, like when I come with wet hair, once this dries, it'll look good. But yeah, I usually do it in part, so half and half while it dries. Sasha has ran away now. There's towels hanging on the cross trainer or bike or something. I just hung them there. They're the ones that I've been using out by the pool that aren't dirty yet. So in case I go swimming tomorrow, those are my ones to use when I get out of the plunge pool. But I don't want them outside because it was raining today, so I just hung them there. Yeah, so like we've talked about before, we're gonna have more lives from the kitchen. We're gonna make some interesting goodness in there. I need to do some more baking. And we're going to get rid of our chest freezer because it's old and it's probably taking a lot of electricity. So sometimes you need to update those things if you can afford to, because the electricity that it's taking, maybe not only is it not good for the environment, but it's going to cost us a lot more in the long run because it's taking way more electricity than something that's more efficient. So I'm not a huge fan of stand-up freezers because I've always found that they create a lot of ice and such. But Steve has talked to me about the fact that they have come a long way and that they're better now. And what made me realize that he's probably right is that our fridge freezer in the kitchen, the bottom part is the freezer, and it's got 2 doors. And yeah, we've had it for like how long now? Like a year or something or more, and it's not frosted up once. So I guess if that half of a fridge freezer is staying frost free like that, then maybe a stand-up freezer will be better. So, and then it's easier to get to things with drawers and shelves and such. So we are eventually going to get a stand-up fridge freezer, which I'm excited about because, and where did my brain go? It's because I said about baking, and then I have like fruits and stuff like, red currants and strawberries and bananas and stuff that are frozen that I need to bake with. Sasha just scared me. She dropped a toy, but it scared me. So it'll be easier to get to those things when they're in a stand-up fridge freezer. I mean, in a stand-up deep freeze. Well, it's not deep as in deep freeze, like you need to reach down deep. It's deep freeze as in a freezer on a fridge only goes like a few degrees below 0 usually, but a deep freeze, like a chest freezer or even the stand-up ones, literally deep freeze things, so they go a lot colder than the fridge freezers usually do. And today Anne says, hi there. Do you remember Auntie Joan's stand-up freezer French doors? It's huge. And no, I don't remember that, but it sounds like something that you would have in a restaurant. But that's really cool. So I'm gonna have some more pop. Oh, I didn't show you guys my shirt. Look, my it's not the same flowers, but my glass has flowers, and so does my shirt. And my shirt says, hang on. It says the language of flowers, and then down here, rose pink flowers are for happiness and admiration. Okay, so it says a bunch of stuff. I don't know if it's clear like this, but I'll try to. I don't know if I can get a clear shot of it. My hands are busy now, so I can't click, like. Anyways, that's my shirt that I'm wearing today. I thought it was cute. It's a bit bigger than, like, I would have normally wanted, but it was the last one they had at Primark when I bought it. So that's what I'm wearing today. I don't remember if I wore this shirt on my live before, but I don't think so. Samantha says, my dad's allotment has loads of fruit/veg that you could collect if you need some. I can check what's there. Well, yeah, if he's not going to use it, then I might as well collect it. Auntie Diane said, you're matching today, and show us your necklace. I know, but it's just the same necklace I wore the other day. I didn't even change the stone in it because I needed something quick. But I showed you guys before that I can lift the little bead and I can change what stone is in it, which is, I love it. It's one of my newest necklaces because you know what I needed was more necklaces. I saw it online. I'm a sucker for those advertisements if I see things I like, but it actually came and I got the silver one and it is way nicer than, like, it is just exactly as advertised. So thank you. Auntie Diane said it's nice. Yes, I do believe it's nice. I like the length of it. And the problem was I was trying to, in a hurry, and there's green, pink, and yellow in my shirt, but I couldn't think of something to wear with this as quick as it was like the last minute thing. I knew what shirt I was wearing and everything else, and then I realized I didn't have a necklace on, and so I just grabbed this one. Melody says, that's a cool necklace, so that tells me Melody didn't watch the live when I showed you guys how I've done it. And, but thank you, Melody. Samantha says, I need one of those for Tyla. She has loads of stones. Yeah, so you can wear the one that you feel like, so stones have different, they give off different energies and different things. So if you work with stones, which I don't, you can use different ones for different things. So if you feel like you need a certain stone for that day, you can change this and wear that stone with you for that day, especially if you don't have pockets or something. So, and it hangs just over the heart chakra. So if you're into all that spiritual woo-woo stuff, look at what stones are good for the heart chakra or what you need that day, and you can wear it like that. As not really. Oh, okay, yes. So Samantha said, I need one of those for Tyla, as she has loads of stones, which I probably read it that way because I knew what she meant, but then after she wrote as, not we, because she wrote Tyla, we, she has, but instead of Tyla, as, what? For those for Tyla, as she has loads. Yeah, I got it. I think I said it right, even though you put the wrong word, but anyways, then the second one confused me. So, I only had a small bowl of spaghetti, and I shouldn't be eating late like this, so if I come on my lives and I tell you guys that I haven't eaten my dinner yet, then you guys are allowed to give me crap, because for me, it is almost, I start these at 8 p.m. And at 9, so I should have already eaten my dinner. I shouldn't be eating anything this late. And the other thing is, I want to start drinking more water. Even if I have pop and water there, then I can drink the water as the hydrator, because I drink a lot of pop just to stay hydrated. But I can have the pop there for the flavor, so I want to drink more water, less pop. And I even thought that when I do these lives, it would be the perfect time to have a cup of tea. I got burps, see? Well, first of all, cups of tea won't give me the burps like pop does. But also, I am sitting still. I am just being with you guys, so it's the time to have my cup of tea, maybe. So we'll see. Yes, but I'm gonna have more spaghetti and sausages because I didn't eat that much before. But at least I sat down and ate because there was part of me that thought, oh, I'll eat later. But I thought, Lisa, you do this every time. Just sit down and eat some supper now while it's hot, when it's made. And so I did. I just took a small bowl and put some spaghetti in it and one sausage, 2 sausages. So I'm gonna have some more in a minute. I love my swimming pool. I love it so much, and it's still quite warm out. In the clouds, the thunderstorm that we were supposed to have this evening happened more this afternoon. It wasn't even a thunderstorm, but it rained this afternoon and it kind of cleared up. So I could, if I wanted to, go back in the water now because the water will still be nice-ish because it still hasn't cooled off and it's been warm for days. But I've already swam today, so maybe I won't. But who cares if it's dark outside? It's so awesome. I'm so happy. But hey, what did I tell you guys? You need to swim with somebody. And if anything happens, you know, somebody needs to know that you're in the water where you are in case something happens. And Dan says, have you tried flavored water? Yes, and I do like certain flavors. Part of the thing here especially is that, like in America, they do a lot of artificial flavors. Here, they do a lot of natural flavors, which a lot of like stuff that you can add to water will have. So if it's a fruit juice, it'll have apple juice as well in it, and I'm allergic to apples. So I have Lena, no. I talked about this before and I haven't tried it, so that reminds me. Auntie Diane asked me next week if I've tried it, so I'm going to take a bottle of, they call it squash. It's just like concentrated juice stuff, like liquid form, and you just pour a little bit in a glass and then you add the rest water. The problem is, like I said, a lot of them have apple juice and I'm allergic to apples raw but not cooked. So what I want to try and do, especially like there's some that are so good, but if they have apple juice in them I can't have them, but I want to take a bottle of squash and boil it so that it's cooked, let it cool down, put it back in the bottle, and then I can use it, and then hopefully the apple juice in it won't bother me because it'll have been cooked. So I want to try that. But yes, I do like certain flavored waters, and I have it's like for cold iced tea, so it's like a little tea bag, but it's for cold iced tea, so I use that as well. And Dan says, have you tried flavored, oh yeah, I read that. Melaleuca has some awesome flavors that are healthy for your body. And Samantha says orange juice. Orange juice is good, but it can be quite acidic, and I got to be careful how much orange juice I drink because of my stomach, just like pop. But also, yes, I like orange juice. Like I said, the thing is, I'm allergic to pears, apples, other juice. Like lemon and lime, I do like, but you can only drink so much of that. It makes you feel like. What other flavors? So there's so many fruits that I'm allergic to. So when I drink the juice, it bothers me. But if I can do the boiling, you know, I'm allergic to strawberries. I love strawberry and kiwi, but I'm allergic to both of those things. But if I can do the boiling and cook the proteins and then drink it, I'm really excited to try this. So please remind me. And you can give me shit next Sunday if I haven't tried this, because yes, it's such a good idea because there's so many flavors of squash that I would drink. Steve drinks blackcurrant squash, and I'll drink it if I need to, but it's not my favorite flavor. So, but I'm not allergic to it either. But I would like to try more than just blackcurrant. Now I'm thinking about this because like there's summer berries that I love, and I love tropical flavors, but I'm allergic to those things too. Oh, I'm so excited now! I'm gonna take a tropical flavor one and boil it and try it. So yes, wish me luck with this. Hopefully this works out well for me. And I guess even though I need to do baking, I shouldn't. Even if it's bran muffins, and I can eat bran muffins for breakfast, but I don't want to make a bunch of baking that I'm going to want to eat when I'm supposed to be eating less of that kind of stuff. But anyhow, sir, I guess we are at the Melody says good luck. Thank you. I guess we are at the hour. So as I told you guys, starting Tuesday, I'm going to try and start doing my workouts again. There's no try. There's just do. Workouts, eating healthy, off my holidays, so I need to work on the visa and stuff like that. For the end of life planning, Mom, don't shut it off. Actually, Mom, this one doesn't really apply to you, but you never know. I could be saying something really interesting or something, and you've shut it off because I started talking about death. But anyways, this is the thing that I want to talk about for death today. If you have tattoos, or even if you don't, what do you think of? There's this process that they're doing now in certain places, especially the States, and they're taking, after you die, you can donate your skin, and the person will come out and take your tattoo, your skin with your tattoo, and basically dry it out like a hide, so you can get your tattoo, not you, because you're dead, but say your partner has tattoos and they've agreed to this, so then they have really good artwork and everything else, so they take their skin off of them after they die, they dry it out, and they frame it, so you have the human skin dried out, but the tattoo in a frame. What do you think of that? And would you be willing to, is that something that you would do if you had the money and everything else? Would you, and a tattoo that you love that much, or somebody else loved that much, like your spouse or whatever, that they would want to have it forever? What do you think of that? Do you think that's a little too far? Do you think that's actually a really good way to preserve some super duper art, or what? Let me know. Melody says sounds creepy, and to dance is a good idea. This is exactly what I mean. There was somebody who said, like this thing that I listened to talked about it, and it talked about like I can't remember. It had like the whole body. It's one of the first people who did it, and the whole arms and chest and everything. And they said that it felt like they were still there. Like I don't know, but it's so. Auntie Ann says a lot of tattoos have meanings, and Samantha just says, "Oh goodness." Yes, Auntie Ann, I agree. A lot of tattoos have meanings. Not only that, some of them are amazing pieces of work. You know, imagine that one partner has a tattoo of the baby that the couple lost, like a little portrait of a baby, but it's like super good. Then the partner who didn't die might want that to stay. It not only does it remind them of the baby, but it reminds them of their partner who passed as well. So mom says no. Okay, you guys don't have to give me your answers now. This is your question for the week to put in your end of life planning, if it applies to you, or if you want your opinions to be noted in there. I'm gonna go now and have some more spaghetti, and I will see you guys next Sunday. I also am excited because, okay, so today is the 10th. Yes, so next Sunday I have a guest, and I'm looking forward to having other guests as well, so in the future. So I have a guest next Sunday, and I'm very excited about it. So tune in next Sunday. Yeah, Mel, that is a good idea. Melody says to take a picture instead of like drawing out the tattoo and framing it. Just take a picture of it. Melody says, I don't want human skin hanging on my wall. And Mom says, bye. Ash says, have a lovely evening, Lisa, from Ash and Allie. Thanks, Ash and Allie. Love you guys too. Everybody else. And have a great week. We'll see you next week. Bye.